Well, I'm joined tonight by one of the most intimidating forces in our industry. For months, he's been terrorizing the entire locker room, breaking bodies, and most recently, beating the information out of everyone in his path. Jack the Snack.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Well, we're gonna talk about information. You're missing a big piece of it right there. See, I would have been your new NicheMemes champion this past Sunday had my opponent not cheated to win.
Well, your match on Sunday against NordVPN, of course, only lasted a few minutes. It just seemed like he had a counter for everything you threw at him.
You know, I've licked a lot of rocks in my time. Right now, I'm tasting a lot of salt. Face it, Snack. Your cheap tactics might have worked in the past, but you can't keep up with someone like me.
Do you hear this, elitist brother? Do you hear this guy? Thinks we could all just buy our skills like he did.
Well, actually, skills like mine are way more affordable these days than they used to be. About 68% cheaper, in fact, over at https://nordvpn.com/NicheMemesPod. That's only $3.71 a month. Plus, your first month's free. The only cheat here is a guy trying to steal everyone's information.
This isn't the last you've heard of me!
What are you guys talking about today?
I've run out of weed and I'm debating if I want to quit. Well, not quit, but like, you know, not smoke every night. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think I'm going to be able to stick to it very well, though. How are you guys today?
I'm a little tired, but you know.
Oh, I'm hungover.
Yeah, a friend of ours came through my till buying pina colada mix, and I should have guessed immediately.
I gotta tell you something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Here, before we start, welcome to episode 18 of the NicheMemes Podcast.
Look at my fucking shiny forehead cam. Look at this bullshit. What is this? Why am I so fucking shiny? Like a fucking
You're
Pokemon.
a shining star, Jack.
Like a fucking Pokemon, dude. What's going on?
I wasn't able to chroma key you in the last episode, but maybe this time I can turn you into a shooting star.
Perfect.
Anyway, yeah, welcome to episode 18 of the podcast. We're recording this the day after Halloween.
This will be at the end of stream week when you see this, so we're gonna be even more tired.
Oh yeah, did you guys get many people?
So my mom did this thing where she put on like masks and a glove like a couple days beforehand and made little like packages for the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
And then she set them out on a table where they could like grab them without having to touch everything and shit. So I think we got like 25 people.
So you probably got like 10 people then, who all just took like a shitload of bags.
Who knows? I mean, most years she gets like 100, so.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't think we get many people around my area. And then I don't think we got like any last night, really. Maybe one or two.
Dear.
Yeah, we ended up getting
Jacob got trashed.
Yeah.
I was actually streaming when the majority of kids came by.
Oh, really?
And apparently we got like 22 kids. So.
Shit.
And then you beat someone up for Snapchat.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? Sends this fucking video of him fighting.
No.
Fighting some. Oh, it was. I don't want to say her name. I'm just gonna say some chick.
A friend.
Yeah, a friend. Full on gets her in an armbar at one point. I was like, that was a good maneuver. Well done. And then Dio walks in, and everyone just starts going, Dio, no. Dio, come here. As if he's gonna fucking listen.
Actually, he was doing really well last night.
No, he was helping you out win the fight.
No,
exactly. He was going in there for the kill.
Stu, I'm going to tell you what happened last night after we finished streaming. Or I finished streaming. We were... Martin came over, so that was nice. And he's getting himself ready for January when he wants to start up BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, nice.
And so one of the things he's doing to practice is that one of our friends has told him some of the techniques and kind of shown him. And so he wanted to practice these techniques. Mm-hmm. And the other girl that was in this video is someone that was raised on a farm, so they know how to wrestle. like on a farm,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh yeah, I'll be like the dummy for this, and they're like, yeah, like let's do it, and so
She put up a
they
good
ended
fight.
up like Martin and them like had a couple good fights,
Yeah.
and Martin ended up winning both of them, but it was so close because she had him in this hold that was like a headlock, but his leg was also in it, so it was like, I don't know how he's getting out of this one, and he ended up like just breathing his way through it, got out of it, and
Nice.
like pinned her. And so,
Nice.
she wanted to see how, like, some of the actual techniques and how you're supposed to do BJJ. So I was like, okay, like I've watched the techniques. Like, I'll show you how it's done. Like, one of the first things you
I
want
saw a
to do is
YouTube video. I know how to do it.
no. I was there when our
listened
friend
to a
was
lot of
showing
Joe
Martin the
Rogan.
techniques. And so I was like, I'm gonna show a couple quick there's a leg lock you do, and then you do like the headlock, and then when you're in the headlock, you can actually grab their wrist and then like push their arm back so they tap.
Yeah.
And so that was what the plan was, and I was gonna show the girl this, and I was like, hey, so just watch Martin and I'll wrestle. So we ended up doing it. I ended up pinning Martin, and that was fine. And then she's like, okay, like let's do this. I'm ready to wrestle. I'm like, okay, so we're not gonna do BJJ. We're just gonna wrestle, and then like whatever, right? So I'm sitting there in my head planning out what I want to do, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna arm bar her. I'm just gonna like fucking. I'm gonna put her into an arm bar and just
plan.
fucking call it. And so in this snap video, you only get the view of like the outside thing, and you like a big chunk of it gets blocked.
Yeah.
But we start. She tries to like she goes for my leg to like flip me. I reach down, grab her leg, I flip her onto her back, so she's down. I then I wrap my legs around her so she doesn't have her lower body.
Yeah.
I pin her down, and I'm about to go for a chokehold. I'm like, no, I'm going for armbar. So I grab one arm and I start pushing it out.
Could have ended
as
it.
like,
He
as like,
could have
as like
won
a
it, but he's
fake.
like, no, specifically
No,
arm
I
bar.
wanted to do this. So I push her arm out like as bait.
Oh my
So I wanted her to
God.
like throw her other arm to like go for that.
Yeah.
And the moment she went like to stop me from pushing that arm, I instantly turned to that arm. All of a sudden, my legs were up by the arm, and like I had it, and I flipped her. So she was like on her stomach with her arm out, and then in the video, she like turns herself over, and she's like about to slam me. I take a deep breath. I look at her, and her face is red, and I'm like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, can you breathe and stuff? like you can tap and call it." And she's like, "No, like I'm good. Like keep going." And I'm like, "You're good. You're good. You're good, right?" And like I have my legs like locked like this around her head, and I'm like, "You good? You good?" And I straighten myself. The moment she's like,
God.
"Yeah, I'm good. Keep going." I straighten myself. I know that she can't breathe. I have the arm back. She's like, and I'm like, well, I didn't want to hurt her.
You good?
dude.
You're not gonna be no more.
Whoa! You can call it. Are you
Her
good?
head
You
just
think you can
pops
keep going?
off like a pimple.
Yeah.
You can keep going. She's like, yeah, I can keep going. I'm like, okay, boom.
She
and she's
put
like,
up a good fight.
I'm out.
She
I'm
put up
out.
a good fight. Yeah, no, Jacob's hard to fight. I've done it before, and it's not an easy fight against Jacob.
Okay, well,
I
This is
remember
before-
that. Oh, and I
Since
waved
we're
like
recording this before McWigan Madness, I might have to go edit his character.
Yeah, no,
That
he's
was
a
when
good
I
fighter,
fighter.
dude.
the last time I fought Jack was back at a cabin trip
Yeah.
after a day or two of drinking, and I weighed 60 pounds less than I do now.
Yeah. But I'm not a fighter. I don't do any fighting.
No, and like
The best description I've ever heard of Jack was from one of our teachers in college.
Oh yeah.
I had run into him like I think it was like a year after we had both graduated, and he's like, "Oh, you still talking to Jack?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, we chat all the time." He's like, "Oh man, he was great. You know, he was like just the biggest, sweetest teddy bear you could ever find."
Which one was that?
Oh, you know, he was the one that did the camera and lighting class.
Oh, I love him. Oh yeah.
He was great. Man, that class was so much fun.
Oh yeah, no. There were a lot of those teachers were fucking great.
Oh, they really were.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, but I'm just not a fighter, and so like I remember I was like, everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know, Jacob. Jack's this big fucking guy. He's gonna fucking dominate you." I think I tapped within like the first 5 seconds, and I was like, "No, this is fuck over. Get out of here."
God.
I think I remember how that fight went because like it was you went to tackle me, and I grabbed you, and I swung myself onto you like a backpack, and then I was like choke holding him, and he's like, "No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I know where this could have went. I ain't in that."
I don't like being uncomfortable. I like watching the fights. I don't like being part of the fights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd much rather watch someone get the shit beat out of them than actually get the shit beat out of you.
Exactly. There you go. Because I just can't win fights. This is the thing. I think Poss would lose to Martin, but I think she'd kick my ass.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know Poss.
You don't know what Poss?
Like, she's like a dirty fighter, so I could see her just like kicking her in the balls or something.
No. See, Martin's
that's
prepared
under
for
the rules
that.
then. And that's
The
if she does
BJJ
that,
as soon as he's on his
Martin
back,
wins.
like.
I mean, if she
I don't know.
hits him in the nuts, Martin wins. So, in my eyes, anyway.
Well, he might win in your eyes, but he's definitely the biggest loser in that sense. But speaking of fights,
unless he's into CBT.
Yes. Brush my cock with the rock. Boss kicked me in the nuts. She did.
Can we? I want to discuss something in the podcast before we get into the fighting.
Yeah.
Can we discuss Poss's therapy session where she couldn't think of anything else except for CBT?
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
When did she say that?
She sent a snap to us.
Yeah.
And it was like, she's like, yeah, like, of all the things that's going on, like, one of the things that we offer is this CBT.
Oh,
and the only thing that she could think of was
Yes. Cock and ball touches.
Oh my
she got
Oh my
so
God.
mad at us.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, that
speaking
was
of
good.
fights, I have a story about a fight that didn't happen but very nearly did.
Okay, sure.
There's a whole story to it. So I've told you many a times about the hubcap hooligan.
Oh no, another one?
And
What the
This
fuck?
is a hubcap hooligan story.
Okay.
Aw, yeah.
So this goes back to, it was the summer of 2017, and one of our friends, Alex, who we've talked about before in the podcast, who's also okay with having her name on the podcast, I should mention that now. She lives in a smaller town in like rural Ontario, and the hubcap hooligan back in 2017, he's like, well, you know, let's go surprise Alex and surprise her by showing up. Not mentioning that we were staying at her parents' house, getting her friend to give us a ride up there, and that she didn't know about any of this.
Oh, good.
So it's like, it comes to the day that we're supposed to go up, and he's just like, oh yeah, one of her friends drove up from this place, which is like 2.5 hours away,
Okay.
to pick us up, and then drive us back to the town. So I'm like, okay, that's weird enough already. So I'm just kind of like chilling there, listening to my music, and then he's like, no, talk. I'm like, okay. And clearly, like the friend was not like having any of this. She was just like, yeah, who the fuck is this guy? So it takes like 2.5 hours of one of the most awkward car rides I've ever had.
Yeah.
And we get up to the town, and he's like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna surprise her at work. So we go to where she's working, and she's sitting at a table with like her family and her boss, and we just kind of walk in, and he's just like, he walks through the door and he just goes, and she's just like, what are you doing here?
Sorry, to clarify, she doesn't know him? Is that what you're saying?
No, she knows him.
Oh, okay.
No one else knew him.
Oh, okay.
So this is like a very, very rural town.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even a farm community. It's smack dab in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
It's very much, like tourists go through there during the summer on the way to their cottages.
Right.
And that kind of contributes a lot to the local economy during the summer.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the rest is just, you're working the farm where it's like cattle and that kind of stuff. Not really, not like a Saskatchewan farming community where it's, oh yeah, we got a bunch of wheat back there, eh?
Oh, that was awful. Oh, damn, no.
Yeah, corn or gas and all that, huh?
It's just grain elevators and bitchy old people. That's all it is.
Anyway, so we get there, and we end up getting settled at her parents' place and all that. So we're just kind of chilling, and the first few days are pretty normal, except for there was one day where there was one day where she was working and we had time to kill. So we ended up going to a trailer park on like a lake and just chilling there for the day. And, you know, I mean, nothing too interesting happened there. It was just like a bunch of trailer park people, but they were all very nice. It wasn't until the next day when there was a party that things got interesting. Mm-hmm. So this was someone's birthday party, and the plan was, okay, well, we'll have a DD, we'll all drink a little bit beforehand and then drink some more at the party. So we do that, we get there and we're all kind of just hanging out. Alex is off with her friends, off by like a garage, just kind of chilling and hanging out. I'm making new friends like in the garage. We're playing beer pong and all that stuff, just having a grand old time. And both of us are having a pretty good time. We're enjoying ourselves. And then I should probably explain with the hubcap hooligan. He's a visible minority.
Yeah.
And he's well aware of that fact.
He's from Saudi Arabia, right?
No, well, he lived in Saudi Arabia for a while, but
okay.
But he's from a Southeast Asian country.
Okay.
But he's of darker complexion, so in a rural community, he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And so he's there. I'm having a grand old time in the garage, and it's like Alex comes in. She's like, "Okay, I think we're gonna head off now." I'm like, "All right, I'll go find the hubcap hooligan." So I walk out, and he's at the steps to like a second floor of the house, and he's just chatting with some guys. And I kind of walk up. I'm like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And he turns, he looks at me, he's like, "Yeah, he'll back me up." I'm like,
"Oh no!"
I'm like, "I'll do what?" And like I look down, and there's just this like big beefy farm boy who looks very mad. I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, you can't say that shit to me." And I'm like, "Here, why don't we go? Why don't we go? We're gonna be leaving." And like this guy gets up from where he's sitting, and he's like ready to like beat the shit out of both of us. I'm just like, we're going. So ends up, this guy was the brother of the girl whose birthday it was, who was having the birthday party. Mm-hmm. And the hubcap hooligan, without being provoked, walked up to him and called him racist. Like, this guy was minding his own business, sitting on the stairs, and he's just like, "You're a racist." And he's like, "What'd you fucking call me?" So they start going at it, and then, like, a couple minutes later, I walk out, because I'm like, "Okay, I'll come get him and let him know where we're going." And suddenly, I'm almost wrangled in to fight this guy. I'm like, no.
But Cam, he was a racist. You had to fight him.
Yeah, you have to, what is it, punch Nazis nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God.
You should have just called him a Nazi.
What's he gonna do? Attack me?
Yeah.
Pretty Nazi of him, I think.
You're not the visible minority here. You're fine, Cam.
Anyway, so we get up, we go rather quickly, and I tell Alex what happened. She's like, "Oh my God," because he'd just been embarrassing her this like entire trip. Oh my God! Because not only was he a visible minority sticking out like a sore thumb, he's a very flamboyant person. So like he is not dressed like anyone else in the area. So on top of that, it's like, so we're walking around in the woods going for a hike, and he's like, "Oh, I don't really, why are there a lot of bugs here?" And it's like, it's the woods. There are bugs in the woods.
Bro, you're gonna get my Gucci sweats dirty. Come on, man, let's go home.
Bruh, I'm wearing these sweats that I bought for $100.
Oh, yeah.
Can't you see the fabric keeps me cool when it's warm out? I don't want to rip it, or I'll just stay too cold. Come on.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, so it's like we get back, and it was like I think it's been a few years now, but the guy that he picked the fight with still won't tip Alex whenever he goes into her work because of that one time.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh.
Like,
That sounds like a
God.
racist
Yeah,
to
he
me.
probably hates white people, too.
Well, I mean, if someone, in fairness, if someone picks a fight at your sister's birthday party at your house, I feel
I know, but it wasn't her.
Oh yeah, but everyone thought that they were dating, so they thought that he was her boyfriend.
Okay, all right.
Meanwhile, he was just her friend who like was really into her, but she was really not into him.
Oh, fuck's sake.
It was a very weird dynamic.
That's cringe, bro. That's heavy cringe, dude.
Oh.
Anyway, that's
Oh,
the time
cringe.
when I almost got wrangled into a fight that I had no intention
That's
of being a
incredible.
part of.
I was, well, not a similar story. I went to a party one time, let's put it this way. Jacob knows I don't go to many parties, mostly by choice, often just by not being invited, but mostly by choice. And I'm at this party with some friends, and we're down in the basement. There's a little kitchen downstairs, and we're chilling out. I said, "Oh, looks like someone's been doing some baking over there," because there was a little Ziploc bag of some sort of white powder. And then I quickly realized that wasn't the correct assumption. And anyway, so we're at this party for a while, and I'm just chilling in the basement. There's a bunch of us just watching tennis on TV because we were very bored. And
Wait, stop.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a correlation here that doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
So you're telling me,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna go to this party, dude. You come to the basement, it's like
There was a lot of
eight people. It's like 8 people sitting on a couch watching tennis. And I mean like 8 people shoved onto like a three-seater couch watching tennis. Jack comes down and goes, "Oh, hey guys, who left the flour by the baking set?" And someone goes over and goes, "Oh, sorry, dude, that's not flour. It's for the tennis."
There was a lot of really hyped people watching tennis. I don't know, man. But anyway, so we're chilling out.
Oh, look at that ball go!
Oh my god, the ball boy.
Did you see that serve?
I haven't seen someone run so fast in my life.
So we're chilling out, and all of a sudden, like, my friend comes downstairs and sits next to me. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, dude, what's up?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then these 2 people, or 3 people come down that I don't know, and start accusing him of hitting a woman upstairs. And, yep. And I'm like, okay.
Did ya?
Right?
Did
Yeah,
ya?
and that's what I said to him. I was like, "So, did you?" And he's like, "No." And they're all 3 of them are like, "Yes, you fucking did." And I was like, "Okay, you're gonna probably have to leave then, my dude." And he's like, "No, come on, bro, back me up. I wouldn't do that." I'm like, "I've known you for a couple weeks at this point, dude. I think you might have to leave." Also, because one of the 3 people who is accusing you of hitting a woman, owns the house, so maybe you should leave, hey? And they were getting, like, heated at me as well, because they thought I was gonna put up a fight. They were like, "No, fuck you guys, you got," and I'm like, "Cool, like, I'm just saying, like, this is my friend. I don't think he would do something like that, but you guys are saying he did, so yeah, of course, he's gonna have to leave." Anyway,
Yeah.
This is the story of how I befriended 3 people while really drunk at a party. We sat there around the dining room table just talking for the next, like, hour, and just chatting and shooting the shit, while my friends sat in the driveway waiting for an Uber.
Speech 100.
I was like, "Oh shit."
Do
okay.
I know these people?
You know the people who were my friends going into the party. I'll tell you later. It's fine.
Oh my god.
One was
that's
our
amazing.
goalkeeper, and one was a female friend from Scotland.
I know exactly.
There you go.
I remember you telling me this. Holy fuck. You know, actually, there's another time that a fight almost happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at a cabin trip.
Oh yeah.
and I didn't, dude, I don't know what
a time.
the deal was here. I think what happened was over the year leading up to that's basically what it was. Over this year that had led up to this cabin trip, me and the other guy that had this I want to say a falling out. He got out of a bad relationship, and I didn't support his decision. I was like, "Yeah, you're out of that relationship. You know, good on you. She wasn't really great for you." And he was very much like a Stockholm syndrome patient that was like, "Nah, she was really good for me, and I'm really heartbroken by this." And they kept like banging for like 2 months after they broke up. And it was like, "No, dude, this is like
Yeah.
there's a scale from like non-toxic people to toxic people, and she was here. She was way over here." And everyone, like his close friends were all like, good on you. You're free.
Yeah.
Accept that you are free.
Yeah. But he's not.
You are no
he's not
longer
gonna see it
stuck.
that way.
No, and like we tried to support him for a bit, and then we had a huge fight. Him and I, like back in the summer before, like so 6 months before this cabin trip, we had a huge fight. And him and I were like, you know, we were like kind of talking. We were more acquaintances at this point, and I was better friends with his brother. Give it a shot.
You might want to leave that out. I don't want to like.
Yeah, you can leave that one out.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, cool. Hey, Cam! Cam! Okay, now you'll see the
Cam!
spike here, and you'll know to cut it out. Okay, continue.
So leading up this
YouTube
cabin
exclusive.
trip, him and I were getting back, you know, being acquaintances and stuff, and we were playing a lot of Rust at the time, a video game.
Oh yeah,
And we were, yeah, we had a huge group, and so leading up this cabin trip, they kind of invited themselves. And I remember this because I was like giving out invites, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are doing a cabin trip? Can like I come?" And I was like, "Sure, sure."
The more the
dude.
merrier.
You know what? Just do it.
Yeah.
This was also the same trip that we became best friends with your friend, with the magic.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh fuck.
We were bringing everyone for this one. This is, it was a trip.
Yeah.
So we get to the cabin, and we were playing. You know, I had my laptop set up. We were checking our base in Rust. They were playing some drinking games, and I kind of noticed, but I hadn't noticed that. Like, Jack, when he makes a drink, is always like a half and half kind of guy, where the half of alcohol starts out with 2 fingers and then slowly becomes 2 fingers.
As I get more and more drunk, I get worse and worse at pouring drinks. And I had designated myself as the drink pourer for my friend, whose first time it was up there.
No.
Yeah, he got a bit drunk.
So I was watching that happen. At the same time, as I was trying to like deal with Rust, and so this guy ended up drinking multiple like glasses of Crown Royal, and he was just drinking it, and like we're like, okay, like he's like doing like, you know, a shot and a half, 2 shots, and then Coke, whatever, and I didn't realize that he had downed like 4 cups of this stuff in like an hour and a half, and he was not a big drinker.
Yeah.
He purposely didn't drink a bunch. And so he was there, he wanted to have a good time, and then he thought that the cabin, and I talked to him after about this, he thought the cabin trips were, people get really drunk, and then all of your like feelings get talked about at some point, and then everyone becomes better friends. And I was like, cool, dude, that's not the exact progression of events.
No.
People don't get blackout and then have a heart-to-heart and then walk away thinking, oh,
From
man,
what
that
you
was a
told
great
me-
therapy session.
From what you told me, the cabin trips have been everyone gets blackout drunk and then pukes off your porch.
Mostly.
Well, someone always pukes off the porch.
I think the thing is we usually get into like little fights sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's the part where we make up that we suddenly become better friends. That doesn't really work when you attempt to fist fight someone, though. So, you know,
No, it was so much funnier. I had to fight this guy, and I'm trying to hold back laughter. Like the lines he said, and like thinking about it later, it was so funny. It was like if I could watch from a third, like a perspective view of the entire like events, I would be dying. I'd be having a hoot. So someone spills by the laptop.
Oh yeah.
I like close the laptop, I pull it away, I'm like, oh, we gotta clean this up. And we have no paper towel whatsoever. We like scoured this cabin for paper towel. We didn't even think to use toilet paper. We were like, all of us were so drunk that we didn't think to use toilet paper. We were just like, there's no paper towel. How do we clean this up?
Paper
And
towel.
I say with paper towel right here.
He's learned his lesson.
We had no
Always
paper
have
towel.
one on hand.
Actually, there's
Oh shit, there's 2. Oh fuck.
He's ready. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he never wants it to happen again.
So, so I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta clean this up. Whatever. We'll move the laptop. We'll get it out of the way. And this guy looks at me and goes, "Hey man, what can I do to help? Like, I want to help in this situation. Like, I was the one that spilled the drink, and the reason it spilled was because we were trying to cut him off. We were like, hey man, like you gotta take a break. Like, we gotta cut off." And he was like squeezing his like red Solo cup, and it started like spilling. And I'm like, oh, okay, we'll just clean it up, dude. Like, it's no worries.
Yeah.
Like, don't stress about it. If you want to keep drinking, like do what you want,
There's
right?
a difference between blackout and like harmful drunk.
Yeah. So we were like, hey dude, like don't worry about it. He's like, hey, what can I do to help? Like I spilled the drink. Like, what do I do? And it's like, hey man, just like go sit down. There's nothing, like you didn't do anything wrong. Just go sit down. We'll figure it out. And I'm like in the bathroom trying to figure it out. And then I'm in this back room thinking, okay, this is the last place where paper towel will be. It's in this like back cupboard. I'm checking this back cupboard, and he's up to me again. He's like, hey man, what can I do to help? And I go, dude, like there's nothing you can do to help. Like just sit down. Like we don't have any paper towel. We're gonna have to like come up with like another solution. Like, do you got something? And he's like, as I'm like saying this to him, he goes, man, tell me what I can do to help, or I'll punch you. And I'm like,
What a strange threat, right?
What? Let me
no,
help you, or I'm gonna hurt
Yeah.
you.
or I'm gonna punch you in the face. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, whoa, what progression
Oh my
just
God.
happened here? And I was like, nah, dude, like, and I'm like, he's trying to back out of the room, like he's backing up out of the room, and I'm like trying to get past him, and I'm like, I don't want to have a fight in this back room where no one sees what happens, and I'm not gonna have a fight with you in this cabin, like no, that's not gonna happen, and I ended up like, as I'm pushing past him, he lost his footing and started falling backwards. And from my POV, it was him falling backwards, but his face going and like getting mad as he's falling backwards because he just misstepped. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. And as he's falling, I basically fell with him. I fell with him to make sure he wasn't just gonna start throwing punches.
Yeah.
And he was basically, as he's falling, he's throwing punches. So I like landed on him, had my hands over his shoulders to hold him down. Everyone's like, oh, he fell over. And I'm like, guys, help.
Yeah.
Please help.
I'm sat on the
Please
couch
help.
and I'm just like, I'm like shit faced, and I'm just watching Jacob like on top of this
everyone's
guy
like
holding
standing
him
around
down.
like, everyone's like standing around like, huh, this is cool. I'm like, guys, please. He like throws his like first fist at me. I like push it down. And they're like, oh, it's real. It's real.
I see stalls.
So then they're like holding his arms down, and he's like screaming at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, dude, stop, please, dude. And like after a while, like the altercation eventually ended. I remember one of our other friends let go of an arm, and his arm like looked down, his arm was loose. It came at me. I'm like, oh, that's gonna suck. His thumb like clipped the side of my eye, and I pushed his arm down again. And I'm like, hold his arm, please.
Yeah.
And then like they had like
jump
four of
on
them hold him down until I got out of there, and like they like took him upstairs and calmed him down. And I was just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to like send the dude home because it's like 2 hours away and stuff, but like, yikes.
You just tried to fight me in my own cabin at the same time, so debating it.
So it was definitely like an awkward couple days after that.
Yeah.
And he's like, and like he had a good heart to heart upstairs at that same time, and I was just like, I need another drink, dude. Like this is.
Well, at
This
least,
is a
at least he
yikes.
got what he wanted.
Yeah, right. We didn't have to cut him
Well,
off.
I think
He
I
threw
think at the
enough
end of the day,
punches.
everyone asked how it went, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the progression was, because I was just like, dude, like you just have to sit down, and he was like following me, and he's just like, yeah, like tell me how I can help, or I'm gonna punch you in the face, and I'm like, no, you don't go from like how do I help
Yeah.
to I want to beat your
Yeah,
ass.
that's I mean, he's drunk as fuck though. It's yeah.
Beat your ass.
Yeah, well, that was probably the closest I've been to a drunk fight with my friend, the closest,
Oh my
and I'm glad that I was not the drunk, like overly drunk, and I'm glad that I just like was like, no, we're not moving, we're done with this.
Yeah, I've never had any drunk fights.
No.
I don't even think. Oh no, I've definitely
Well-
seen some.
Come to the cabin, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen.
I don't have any.
I've
I don't
definitely
have any
seen
fights.
some.
You've seen some.
I think
fights?
when was it? It was at some point during college. I can't remember exactly when. It would have been some point in second year because I didn't go to parties in the first year. But at some point in second year, I was at some house party, and a bunch of guys got this amazing idea, like an absolutely incredible idea, that it was time to have a fight club.
Were these from our course, or were these just?
No,
okay.
not from our course. Not from our course.
Like,
These were just a bunch
I'm like
of.
trying to picture. I'm like, who the fuck in our course would have?
I
had
feel
a
like this has
fight club?
happened way too many times.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always like, hey, we need a club for our group of
It's
friends.
them violent movies, dude. It's
Exactly.
you know, it's just it's tipping society
them
over.
violent-
Man, if
video
only
game.
if only there was a movie about a club where people fought.
Mhm.
If only there was a
If
movie.
only.
I just don't know of one. So
Well, so what these guys did was it's just this place had a big backyard. So like, okay, they yelled. They announced it to this entire party, which was like a packed house of probably about 200 people.
Oh my god.
All right, fight club in the backyard. Be there, you're a bitch.
Oh
So-
God.
So everyone just kind of piles out because it's like, well, I'm not gonna fight, but I want to watch. So suddenly there's about 75 people packed into this backyard.
Hang on.
And-
Cam, your audio has desynced from your video.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hang on. Keep talking.
Check. Ooh.
I think it's good now. I think it's good now. Okay, sorry. Just start that again.
So 75 people packed into this backyard, and they all formed this huge circle. So a bunch of us were up on top of like this like porch kind of thing, just watching down. So we were about like 10 rows back. It was like the perfect distance because there was like you were high enough up, you could see what was going on, but you weren't so close that when someone got shoved into the circle, you were just gonna go flying like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
So we're watching it, and it's just turn after turn of just these trashed college guys just smacking the shit out of each other. And at one point, two of them start like wrestling each other, like grabbing on and just like grappling and wrestling each other, and they just go flying into the crowd of people. To which, you know, you hear a couple people scream and everyone just scatters.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, nope. Everyone scatters, and I think that party ended up getting broken up by the police.
No shit.
A
A neighbor probably heard someone yell, "Yo, let's have a fight club," and called the cops straight away.
I got out after they wrestled into a group of people
Yeah.
because I was like, yeah, this isn't going the way we want it to. Maybe it's best if we're not here.
Yep.
It's always a good idea.
That makes
man.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear some stories from Jack about one of his college roommates.
About one of my college roommates?
Yeah, the Italian,
The Italian stallion.
the Italian stallion.
Little Benzavino.
Yeah.
I think is his Twitch name.
Yeah.
What have I told on
I
the
want to
podcast?
hear about the feud he had when you first met him.
When I first met him?
When you first met him, there was a feud between him and another
What
guy.
are the order of events? So, yeah, basically, like, in my...
Wait, is this the pizza one?
Yeah, I'm sure I've told this, haven't I?
Yeah, you've told this.
Yeah.
You've told
Yeah,
this
I've
one.
told
You've
this
definitely
one.
told this one.
Was it like all of the pizza stuff?
I think I told it all.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I've told that one, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked about their famous game of wheel to the nuts?
Oh,
What?
have I never talked about Wheel to the
I've
Nuts?
not heard about that one.
Okay, so one of us had like a little cabinet, like one of those little plastic cabinets, right? And with drawers and shit. And they had like these plastic wheels on the bottom. And they weren't like the small rinky-dink wheels. They were like pretty good sized wheels. And for some reason he took them all off. And so we got in the habit of like me, him, and this other friend walking from the college to a local convenience store at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to get food and shit. Square
H.
Yeah. So, so we would like play this game as we were walking, where we would one of us would have the wheel, okay, and your goal was to hit someone else in the nuts with the wheel.
Like one of you guys or someone you were passing?
No, one of us. One of us, correct. We weren't just assaulting people on the street. And we would just...
Well, hey, in that neighborhood.
We would yeah, true. And we would just shout wheel to the nuts as we were throwing this wheel at each other's cocks. And yeah, over time, I think we lost all of the wheels. So we had to resort to using... what was it? Oh...
It was
You know those, like, exercise wheel things? You know?
Yes.
When you do, like, push-up position,
Yes.
you, like, pull it out, and you have, like, your ab workouts?
Yeah, we took the wheel off the bar, and we would just, like...
When they first found that, that's when I found out what the game was, because Jack sent me a snap of one of the guys sitting there with it, and he had the bar in it still, and I remember going, wheel the nuts, and he just let it go right into our Italian style.
Oh, God.
Nuts.
Yeah,
God.
and then
It
whoever
was like, what
had
are
been
you
hit
playing?
last had the wheel, so it was their turn to hit someone else in the nuts. We felt that was the fair way
Yeah, that seems fair.
to progress the game. Otherwise, someone's getting ganged up on, and it's not fair and whatnot. But
Oh.
yeah, wheel,
That seems
wheel
completely
was,
fair.
was an incredible game.
Oh my god.
I don't know why we
Wasn't that-
started it.
Well, didn't you guys live in like the dungeon part?
Yeah,
of
we
residence?
were in the basement of our residence, where it was like an all-boys floor, and there were some characters down there.
I only went down. I only went down to. Only went down to that part
Yeah.
of the building once, and it was because the washing machine in my building was broken, and we had to go out over to that, like all the way over to that building, which was on the other side of the residence complex from us,
Right.
to go to it. So I remember one time I went down there, and there were like two ways you could go in that basement. One took you into like this dungeon where, you know, the washing machine and
Yeah.
stuff was, and the other one took you down into another dungeon where Jack and all, you know, the league players were.
Yeah. Dude, there's some characters down there. There was, let's see. So there was my
your
Italian,
roommate.
There was I didn't have a roommate. I was in a
I say roommate, but he was your next door neighbor.
Floor mate.
That always brought his girlfriend over.
Oh no, that was my last year. That was different. That was when I was living on like the second floor.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
high
fun.
life.
there,
living.
there was a guy who would just fucking like fuck his girlfriend right against the wall every goddamn day. It was ridiculous. And then actually it was pretty fucking great because we were everyone had left for Christmas, but I hadn't left yet because my flight was like in a couple days, and they were like, you can stay a couple days over and then, you know, get your flight after, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. But it turns out he stayed. So I'm sat there playing FIFA in my fucking dorm, and I'm just sat on my bed playing this fucking FIFA game. And I can hear this noise. I'm like, again, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's like his girlfriend pressed up against the fucking wall going, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. So I just threw my controller at the wall, and there's just this fucking bang. And I don't think I heard it ever again after that. I think they assumed
The
everyone
gamer
was
rage
gone,
saved you.
right? If I remember correctly, he came over about an hour later and just knocked on the door. And he's like, "Is everything all right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, all right, cool." Just went back to his room. I'm like, "Yeah, please fuck your girlfriend against the other wall next time. Like, it's not that hard." Oh my god. Every fucking time.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no.
So when you lived in this dungeon,
Yeah.
what were some of those characters?
Okay, so we got the my Italian friend.
The Italian stallion.
Mhm. We had.
They all need nicknames.
They all need nicknames. We had McSwaggin, I think was his was his league name or something like that.
my God.
And they would
Yeah.
play League together all the time, and I would play with them every now and then, but I was dog shit at League. And
played
he was
Smite with
cool.
them, too.
I loved McSwaggin. And Smite, yeah, we played Smite with them. So there was them. There was a guy who in the first month at least decided he wanted to drop out and become a priest, but he was still there for some reason. This is the same guy who, when his girlfriend broke up with him, everyone gathered outside his room with big fucking speakers and started playing We're Never Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. So there's that guy.
Oh, man.
There was, who else was there? Oh, there was a guy who weighed about 400 to 500 pounds who you had to walk past his room just to get to your room or to like leave the basement. And the smell of BO was so overpowering. It like you could smell it from a door down each way. So you would just have to hold your breath as you walked past that section. Oh, and also he sat in, okay, my Discord picture for a while was that fucking
The chair. Yeah, the chair.
Yeah!
He sat in that chair and fucking broke it and then blamed me. I was so pissed. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? I was like, he was just sat on it. It definitely
What was
wasn't
his nickname? I'll make him for McMilligan.
I can't no. I can't even remember what his name was.
Mr.
I'm sure he was like a lovely guy. I remember I talked to him every night, like a couple times, but he seemed all right. But yeah, it was a little.
Well, I mean, he
fucking
broke the awesome chair.
Yeah.
I don't know how all right he
True,
could
that's
be.
a good point. I don't know. I don't think I can ever forgive him. Who else was down there? I think that was about it. Everyone else kind of stayed in their rooms. Oh no, wait! I had a neighbor who had a Prussian German flag hung on his wall. Yeah, it was a little strange, but I was like, okay, whatever. And he got moved. Didn't he? No, he didn't.
He got moved to the monarchist floor, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. No. His friend got moved who lived on the floor because they kept having lightsaber fights in the hallways. Yeah. They kept having lightsaber fights. And so, like, someone reported them and was like, and he also just straight up, I think, had like a sword that he brought out one time, and so then got reported for having a weapon on campus.
Oh my god.
And so they like moved
Like
him.
this?
No, I'm talking a little more metal.
Like a real sword?
Yeah. I don't know. I think he thought he was a crusader, but like not legitimately. He was genuinely a nice guy because I talked to him quite a few times. He was a nice guy, but he was a nice guy, you know.
He's a nice guy.
But it was a little fucking crazy. There was one guy who stayed in his room a lot, and then I met him a couple times near the end because we all started playing Smash Bros in the common room.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, it was. No, I don't have any interesting stories about the others, to be honest, other than ones that I've already told. So, it's there you go. It was it was insane. It was a shit show.
What about the long weekend? Italian Stallion was like, "Hey, look what I've been able to do with my room card."
Have I told that story?
Oh no, he told that one. He
Yeah.
told that one.
Yeah, I've told all the Ben stories.
Shoot.
Yeah, where he
that's a
flicked
good
his
one.
card. He flicked his card underneath someone's door.
Yeah, that was hilarious, dude.
That was the guy
Oh
he
my
had the
God.
feud with.
Fucking doing it. Yeah, it was the guy he kept getting pissed off with, and he fucking throws his card under his door on a long weekend while the guy's away.
I don't know. I think I might. I think I have one story to finally wrap up.
Oh, yeah.
The res stories, and then I think we can finish.
Yep.
I don't think I've told this one yet, but it was right at the end of first year, and I was sitting in my lounge, like right on my floor. So I'll give you an idea how this is laid out. So there's like an where our school was, and I don't think that's giving too much away, is it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Edit that out.
Yeah. Let's start again.
Cam, edit it out.
So there's a forested area right by where our residence is.
Oh,
And
this sounds creepy already.
I was in, like, the way our residents are, they were kind of like tower built. So I was
You-
on the second floor.
U of T?
This
No.
sounds like a Lord of Rings thing right here. Like, is this the two towers? Like,
Yes, I
do
lived in...
students that just want to go missing in this forest? Like,
No, I tried.
shoot. Next
Anyway.
time.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in my residence common room, which is on the second floor. It has windows that open up into kind of like this, like, area where, like, the buildings kind of go like this, and then there's, like, a side here. So you're looking off into kind of this, like, trough almost. So I'm sitting in there, and I'm watching TV in a res room, or res common area, and I just suddenly hear, like, some really fast footsteps right underneath the open window. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I hear another couple, like, fast footsteps of just someone yelling at them, like, stop! Stop! I'm like, what the
You violated the law! Stop!
Well.
Pay the court a fine!
So I find out later, because I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I just see from the Toronto police that suspicious man at undescript secondary institution. So apparently what happened was they were trying to deal drugs in the forest, and then one of the security guards for the institution was walking through there and found them and tried breaking it up. So the guy just ran, but then he ran along the perimeter of all the buildings trying to figure out a way to get inside, and he couldn't. So his bright idea at the end of it all was he ran down 3 different buildings, past probably about 700 different windows, and then bolted into the school where he thought he would hide there. And he was promptly caught and arrested.
Oh my god. I didn't know. Why did I not hear about that one?
You know,
I
I have
like I
to
told
tell you right now, there is no educational prerequisite to be a drug dealer. You don't need your 10th grade math.
True. You just need
to do this.
You only need 9th grade math for it.
You only need 9th grade.
Yeah, and
Yeah, as soon as you're at a junior high,
you get schooled in the streets, my dude. That's how this works.
Yes, just like you, schooled in the hard streets of Saskatoon.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you? Did I tell you about my?
The hard streets filled with fucking.
Did I tell you about my
potholes,
drug
goddamn.
dealer friend getting hit with a golf club, Jacob?
No.
Yeah, we've talked
No,
about
we
that
talked
one.
about that one?
Yeah. Yes.
He always used to say to me.
He's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna mug me?
Yeah, he always used to say to me, like, I always think that the way I'm gonna die is by not taking someone seriously enough. And sure enough, this guy breaks into his fucking apartment and is like, give me your fucking wallet. And he just goes, no. And the guy just hits him with a golf club in the head. He's like, holy shit, dude.
I think that was like 5 or 6 podcast episodes.
Probably.
Yeah, something like that. It was one of the summer
I'm running out of stories.
Yeah,
we need to bring Poss on here next time, an Ultra.
No.
we'll get Posse
There's
on.
lots of stories we got.
Is
left.
there?
We'll figure it
There's
out.
lots. Yeah.
Well, hey, in a couple episodes, it'll be the Christmas episode, and that'll have at least Poss and Ultra on
Okay.
it. So.
Good.
I got some Christmas episode stuff.
Oh man. Well, that will be the episode where we tell the father splice. And
Holy fuck!
Speaking
of
of
the
Poss-
fucking devil.
Why does this always happen? She always just appears the moment.
We said
you
her-
mention-
she
it's like
knew we
Beetlejuice.
were talking
It's like
about
her name
Beetlejuice.
too many
Possum.
times and she
Possum.
showed
Yeah,
up.
we said
Possum.
Poss too many times.
Oh my
That's
god,
right.
she's here.
Oh my god. Here.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to edit in possum sounds, aren't I?
Definitely.
What do you have to say about this one, Poss?
Oh, rolls.
And
Oh.
she's gone.
There we
She ran away
Rip
quick.
Poss.
We spotted her too quick.
Rip Poss.
Maybe the
Anyway.
possum saw her shadow, and now it has to be winter for a while.
It's a couple extra months of winter right there.
Anyway, yeah, no. So the Christmas episode will be where the father splice in the Chinese restaurant episode story gets told. So.
Yes,
Okay.
we've been waiting. I've been waiting since June
Patiently
for
waiting.
this.
Been waiting
Yes.
since June for this.
Since June, he was like, "I'm not gonna tell this story," and we're like, "Nah, you gotta. Christmas, you gotta."
Christmas time.
But with that little teaser, I think we will leave it off. So Jack, why don't you give yourself a shout out? Not a shout, a shout out.
Damn it, Cam.
Out! Out! Out!
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
Ah!
No, you're supposed to say out.
Oh.
You're
Out!
supposed to say
Sorry.
out.
Shit. Twitch.tv/McWigan, McWigan. Twitter, at McWigan TV. McWigan on YouTube. I'm uploading VODs there now. That's all I'm doing. Because
Well, actually, on there, I think that's where we'll upload the edited
depression,
version.
and I don't want to edit videos. Woo. So
We'll put up McWigan
agree.
Madness on there.
I agree with that
hell
message.
yeah. Yeah, McWigan Rumble is gonna be really cool. We're doing when's this podcast go out?
So this
this
podcast
podcast
will
will
be
be
out
out on the 12th?
after
Ugh.
the
Yeah, it'll be
stream
out
we
after
have.
So you
this.
well then go
literally-
to my YouTube and you can maybe watch the McWigan Rumble because we're gonna be doing a 24-hour live stream for charity, which I should probably promote on my Twitter at some point because I still haven't done that.
Yep.
But we're still getting it set up. And then also Stream Week. So Stream Week will probably be going on while you're listening to this podcast. Holy shit. Come over to
Yes.
twitch.tv/McWigan and Rock Liquor and Unlike Metal.
Unlike metal.
Cam, shout yourself out. We're going to do this in a weird order today. Cam, shout yourself out.
Ooh, all right.
Yep.
Well, you can find me everywhere under Unlike Metal. That's UNLIKEMETAL.
Yeah, go on.
MATAL. That's on Twitch, where I stream most weekdays at around 8 p.m. Eastern. It varies if I'll do it on weekends if I'm feeling it or not. Right now, if I haven't finished Soma, I'll be playing Soma. If not, I think I might be starting the Just Cause series. Starting with Just Cause 2 and moving on from there.
Nice. Oh, and we got
And,
Portal recently, didn't we, Cam? So we're going to be playing Portal at some point.
And we're doing dual streams. So if Jack and I haven't finished this by now,
Probably haven't.
we'll still be dual streaming GTA 5 to see who is the fastest to complete.
Cam is definitely going to win.
I am beating his ass at the moment.
I've started doing side quests at this point, so I mean...
He'll catch up eventually.
Fair.
But yeah, no. So our next one up is Portal. I don't know if my computer will be able to handle it because my computer can hardly handle
That's true.
Among
Wait a
Us.
minute.
But
I don't know why it shouldn't be able to. Oh,
well, no,
yeah,
it
for
can't handle streaming it. It can't handle streaming.
it's
So
true.
one day I'll have a real computer where Jack and I can properly dual stream.
Yeah.
But until that day comes, Portal will be on just his channel. But right now, anything that's console based is on both our channels. So you can check that out. But you can find my end at Unlike Metal. That's UNLIKEMETAL on Twitch. You can also check me out on Twitter. I post shitty tweets on there that you can retweet for your enjoyment. That's UNLIKEMETAL.
Tends to
I'm
be
gonna
how
say this as
Twitter
many
works,
times as
yeah.
possible. Pretty much. Twitter is just where I spew as much garbage out of my brain as possible
That's
and
fair
see
enough.
what sticks.
That's fair enough.
That sounds like
But
Twitter
yeah, that's
to
where
me.
you can find me. I'm working on my YouTube channel. I'm going to start cutting down VODs and putting them up there as highlight videos, so you can check that out. I don't know if that'll be ready by the time this episode is out, but hopefully it is. Fingers crossed. Not fingers crossed.
Man, I love
but yeah, no.
throwing gang signs when I try to cross my fingers.
Gang, fam.
Yo, cross up.
Whoa, I'm really hopeful.
Jacob, where can the good people find you?
So at the moment, the main place you can find me is twitch.tv/rocklicker, where instead of an I, it's a 1. In the Rocklicker, not in the Twitch. But my Twitter, I haven't really been using my Twitter too much. I've been on it. I've read a couple things. I get random
doing some
updates
reading
from
on
really
that
random replies. Hey Jack,
gets all
I
his
got another reply. I just popped up on my phone today, and it was another random reply of his to another tweet that had no fucking context.
Oh, from me?
Again. No, from
Limmy?
from Wimmy.
Limmy?
It's like I follow random people, and then like my phone will pop up Twitter messages, but it'll be them replying to a comment, and it has no context to what they've said, and I haven't read anything.
Oh my God.
So it'll just be like a line. You're like,
Lemmy.
I feel like I'm getting like random parts of a conversation.
Yeah, half the
that
conversation.
Yeah. Lemmy was discussing his method for taking photographs. He wants it to be like a dad taking profile pictures. So it's like low angle, sort of like really awkward angle, and he's just sort of like, what was it? He described it as like knowing that you have to smile, but also your brain's not quite there yet. So it's like,
And he's like,
yeah, exactly, like Cam. It's like Cam pretty much nailed it right there. He's like,
Yeah, I've been looking. All those pictures are just killing me. They're great.
so yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, so
Shout
I
out
got
Lemmy.
one of his replies to that.
Shout out
I got one of
Lemmy
his
on
replies
Twitter.
to that popping up on my phone. So that's what I do for Twitter. YouTube, I haven't had anything uploaded since Cam helped edit some of my VODs. I need to get some editing software on my computer, and I'm probably gonna do what Jack does, where he just edits or he just uploads his VODs, just to get some content up for you guys from past streams. I will try to do a highlight video every couple months.
Yeah. I'll edit
I've
one
been pretty
day.
busy
I'll
this
edit
year.
one day, but it would have to be when I don't have a job. So, that kind of fucks everything up.
One day.
One day.
Get Post to edit for you.
Yeah. Oh, if Poss wants to edit
Poss
for me,
the worker
for
be
sure.
gone.
I've told her she can, and then
If
she
Poss
doesn't.
wants to, if Poss wants to make killer
We'll get her in
highlight
after
videos,
this. Get her to do it.
but
Or if anyone
Poss
out
me-
there,
Po-
if anyone out there wants to
Hey,
practice their
if you're
editing, we
looking,
can't pay
if
you,
you're
but,
looking to edit videos for free, because I don't make any money and I'm poor, but you want to get some practice in for maybe editing, hey, steal my VODs. Go for it. You have my blessing. Don't make me look too fucking stupid. You can make me look stupid. Just don't make me look
we'll
too
upload them. We'll upload them on our channel, like our channel.
but we will shout you out and we'll credit you.
Yeah.
For it.
We'll credit you fully. We'll say, hey, if you like how this was edited.
I was
boom,
almost
go to see this
debating
person.
doing so my channel and Jacob's channel are VODs, and then NicheMemes Podcast channel for like edited highlight videos if we can. If
I think I'm gonna leave it. It's just the podcast.
Just the podcast?
We'll talk about that after though. We'll wrap this up.
I
think
know, right?
this,
This is a post.
This ending has been like 20 minutes.
That's fine.
Man,
That's,
I love this. I love the endings. The endings are always like a fucking.
Oh, yeah, they always
Guys,
It's
I
like-
hate to
it's like,
say
hey,
it, we've gone over the hour. We're gonna have to record a second one. All right, what are we talking
Oh
about?
man, look at that.
So you know, I gotta tell you.
Shut up! All right.
So there's this toy.
We'll see you
Next
guys
time
on
on
the
the
next
Niche
episode.
Memes
of-
That
Podcast.
next time on the Niche Memes podcast, I'm gonna tell you about a doll called Mr. Perfect.
All right.
What a teaser.
See you, everybody.
Bye. Woo.